I love the gate 13 that we entered in today. Hello tribe. So yeah, a new transit, the transit of the listener. And that's why I'm choosing to experience a new format and post an audio for you today to listen to. So I'm going to share some stories and some secrets, because that is the energetics the gate 13 holds. Yeah. Okay. The day today is the gate 13. So it is something, because I'm so grateful for the wisdom that already have been brought to my attention today. So the listener, I realized I had kind of a restricted understanding of the gate, because I am indeed a listener of others, and it's activated by my Saturn. So when a gate is activated by Saturn, it's a planet that punishes, and that punishes you if you don't listen. So you'll get in trouble, and if you do listen, you get blessed and get all the expansion, the luck of the highest expression of that gate that is activated by your Saturn planet. So basically, in my charts, it says that I need to listen to my listener gate. What the heck? Okay, so I thought I kind of was getting punished, actually, because I was like, I don't understand. I'm not feeling recognized with the quality of the good listener of others I offer. And also often I feel not being listened to, and also somehow feeling that I wasn't getting the whole point of the gate 13. So yeah, what's going on there? So yeah, I felt I was missing something. But well, human design is a long journey of learning and it's a deconditioning process, and it's a journey to be taken with patience and trusting in the divine timing. So I surrender and trusted it would appear to me clearer later. And so we are today. So yeah, we entered that gate 13 this morning, and not consciously, actually, I was connecting with the energy, and I got some lessons, as I was saying, from the wisdom that the gate 13 holds, and I want to share it with you. So I have little stories for you, and this one is about listening to the body intelligence and the profound knowing. And the other one is about money today, the money energetics. So stay with me. But beforehand, I wanted to do a little reminder that, the human design transits occurs every 5 days or so, and allow us to experience the whole human design mandala and all the juiciness of the human experience during the year. So whatever you have that gate activated or not in your chart, you'll be able to play and discover the wisdom they all hold by following those different transits and knowing which specific energies and archetypes are available and experienced by the whole collective, because when a transit enters, it's activating the energy for the whole collective. So human design is a tool for understanding the human experience better, right? And gain more self-awareness as an individual, but also as a collective, as a tribe. So it is also supporting us to really align with our authentic nature and reconnecting with a sense of purpose and living our most fulfilling life, right? So if you want to be tooled up, subscribe to the channel and to be up to date, and just know that thumbs up, show appreciation of what I do, and yeah, they are themselves highly appreciated. Okay, back to the listener. So this morning, simply, I didn't listen to my body. I didn't listen to my body, which was asking for more sleep, because basically I felt guilty to sleep too much at the moment. So straight away, result, got a cold sore. Then I rushed to the meds and supplements, and I took on empty belly, of course. And on the top of that, I added a matcha tea with extra ginger and sugar. Yeah, well, I throw it all up. Duh, of course. So I was like, oh, sorry, buddy, I've been silly. I know. Because I know, it's not a thing to do. The body needs food to assimilate, and taking all at the same time, like, anyway. So, because, and that's a big point I want to underline today, because we know, we just have to listen. So, we have that body intelligence, we have that inner knowing, we know what's good for us. We also know what's our next step, and we also know if we should break up, quit our job, take that ballsy decision, or slow down and wait, instead of hanging out in our mental, too much turning around, question upside down again and again, stuck in a loop. And if it lands with you and you're not attuned to it yet, that's big. So I'm serious. This is really eye-opening and life-changing. So in human design language, it will invite you to connect with your authority, what we call authority, and it's the way you make the best decisions, right? So no, this is not happening in the mind. Beautiful tool as it is to generate questions, insights, ideas, and process it all, but not a decision-making tool. It's not a good ally for that. And so, we have to keep in body that we know, and keep embodying that deep knowing. So that's the first key today, linked with the gate of the listener. So we have a good amount of power and wisdom to gain by listening to that inner knowing. All right? Okay. I'll take a little detour here about a reflection of sickness that is burning my tongue, that I feel I need to talk about, and I believe it deserves to be shared. So what I thought this morning, it's about shifting our perception of sickness. And I think it's really powerful. So changing the way we see disease. Take it this way. There is only health. And indeed, the body gets shaken during the journey, here and there, because of the environment, imbalances, you hit something not fresh, or you didn't eat enough fresh. I don't know, you got an intense emotional reaction as well to a freaking challenging time, or you do too much, you have unresolved, unhealed old wounds that are hanging around, or you get in the bus today with someone that had a cold, and so germs travel, right? Okay, but what about the sickness or disease is just telling you that the body is doing its job, and so the body is always aiming for homeostasis, and it is doing its job, and it sends you through the symptoms a signal that is onto it and say like, okay, we are on our way to homeostasis again, be with me, not bear with me, hey, but be with me. And it's us to listen to the body's needs and take care of it daily, but also with a bit more attention during those times of sickness. But there are no times of sickness, there are times where we are a bit more aware of the body doing its job. Because on the other days when we feel alright, it's all autopilot, as you know, and we don't really think about it. But when we are sick, we think about it. So when we are unbalanced, the body is more talkative, let's say. But also, there's also the big stuff, where the body says, attention please, AO, I need your active contribution for healing process here. And he says like, I cannot do it all on my own, especially when it comes to the non-chemical but energetical issues. So mind and soul are requested on board for deeper healing and restoration with the body. They are requested on board with the body and to restore what only is the natural state of health. So let's not say I am, two powerful words put together. I am sick, but I'm grateful for the body communicating its needs, and then supporting the body with conscious attention. Because again, if we listen to the body's clues, we know what we need. We only have to listen. Okay. So in my journey of self-discovery, understanding of self and honoring self, to better manifest and contribute to the greater good, I'm committed to listen to my inner compass, or what we call the authority in human design. And so it means listen to my body intelligence. We all have different authorities, and that body intelligence is going to express itself in different ways, but to you to explore and discover through your human design chart if you're interested in it. But basically, a little gecko is joining. Basically, and what you have to listen is your authority. So those feelings, this intuition that you have, or that sound that says like, no, oh hey, yeah, the body intelligence speaks. But all this voice, that inner voice, is covered up by fears, by this other voice, the inner chatter that I used to call the knock lady, but also the conditioning, the monkey mind taking over and hiding the wisdom you hold by taking too much space. It's still there though, that voice is still there always, and we can tune in whenever we want. Listen. We can also ignore it, and then the body says, hey yo, listen to me, listen to the voice, listen to the body intelligence, and listen to yourself. Because those are not your fears. What about that? Those are not your fears. Those are not your perception of reality. Those are not your values. Those are not your principles. Those are not your behaviors, whatever it is. Whoever they belong to, the society, the conditioning, being the result of the conditioning process, or to the people you're hanging out with, that, by the way, might not be the right people for you, or might be the right people for you, but you identify yourself to them while they are actually on their own journey, having their own fears to address, and their own loads to transmute, their lessons to learn, their way of functioning, their own authority to follow. Basically, their shits to deal with. Everybody does. So it is really, really important to connect with your own inner authority and with your own stories, which are also the stories that reside in the collective consciousness as a member of the tribe. So especially those next few days, your identity, your sense of self, the role you play in the collective wants to express itself and will do through listening to your own inner wisdom. So it's an invitation to take some time to really tune in, and you'll find there's a beautiful loads of tremendously useful and truthful information there, if you listen. So yeah, listen to those stories from the past, the one that have been transmitted to you directly or through evolution, as I mentioned, the collective consciousness. And yeah, listen consciously to those stories and share them, because those stories are made to be shared. So that gate 13 is also the guardian of the secrets and whispers to us all the answers we need to know. So if you're confused at the moment, or challenged mentally, emotionally, or physically, or if you're doing so good, really good, surfing a high vibe wave, this transit is an opportunity to listen and so hear the answers that resides in you, and so in source. And you will connect with that deep knowing. So practically speaking, connect with your practices of mindfulness, grounding your bare foot in nature, meditation, as you would have guessed, and calming that monkey mind, or journal to brain dump and free some space in the mind and listen to what you have to say, because it is by listening to that inner wisdom that you can actually manifest. And so also be aware of the stories you tell yourself and then transmute them, because what is on our way to manifest the life of our dreams? The negative stories that we tell ourselves. All those lies that are definitely not serving you. So here's another little story from this morning. So I decided to listen to my thoughts, and again that was so special because I was still not consciously aware that we've already entered the transit. I got a bit sidetracked those last days. So yeah, I decided to listen to my thoughts and connecting more with the concept that my thoughts create my reality. I really want to dig deep in that, and when I find the secrets, the keys, and a better understanding of the wisdom behind it, make sure to share with you. And so yeah, I started with no judgment, just listening to the chatter. What chatter is happening in my thoughts at the moment. And the topic of money showed up. So some of you might know that topic really fascinates me, and to understand the money energetics and also addressing all the belief system that I carry with me and actually that don't serve me, and that I feel deep down are wrong. So in the topic of money, and so I sat with my thoughts, and that topic of money showed up, and so I was like, oh, okay, let's talk about money then. And what are the old stories that I hold? I start to listen to those stories of the past, those stories that I have been transmitted to by society, by the parents, by a whole generation actually, and so on. And so I found a bit of negative chatty chat there, so which is actually a great thing, because as everybody starts with awareness, I can now address even more those stories and choose the one that I keep and the ones I let go of, because they are not the keeper of the truth. They are actually holding me back. They are making me settle for less. And so making some place for the secret of money energetics to land with me. So it's a really, as I said, fascinating topic, at least in my field. And but I know a fair few of you are interested in that topic, and maybe I'll make a whole video about that. Not maybe, I actually am working on releasing a video about money and the money energetics and money manifestation and relationship we have and maintain with money and can change as well. So I've listened to those stories, right? Let's take an example of one. I have to generate money, and if I don't, I'm not safe and I'm not valuable, because at the moment I'm not generating any money. And then I did a reality check. Right now, no. Okay, I have enough money. I also always had enough money, and I added I will always be having enough money. And even if it's the least, so not much money, I will have enough to experience what I need to experience in life. Because I do believe as well that when we don't have a lot of money, maybe it's because we need to be with less money to access another understanding of some experiences, or even enter into some specific experiences that requires us to don't be so wealthy at the time. Again, that's a whole topic for a whole video. And so, does my value rely on the money I own? And here I find if I don't have money, I'm not valuable. And if I have, I'm not valuable either, because, and here is another belief that enters the scene, the riches are not good people. But what a conundrum there, right? Like whatever I have or I don't have, it makes me not valuable. So that belief, I have been a bit like connecting with it. I'm conscious of it and I'm working on it. But it showed up again this morning, and I was like, yeah, still a little bit present. So if you also have that belief, that I'm telling you definitely is holding you back from accessing wealth, I'll recommend to convince yourself. Like one of my practice, I've practiced. And I see a real evolution in my perception of money and the stories I tell myself about it, is to convince yourself and prove yourself that a lot of wealthy people are actually awesome humans that operate with a high level of integrity. How is by read autobiography stories, join some groups online of successful wealthy business owners, and I can assure you will realize that they are as human as you are, and they are beautiful people out there. And frankly, let's be honest, like, less beautiful people are everywhere, amongst the poorest and the richest. Anyway, so if you listen to the stories from the past, you can also transmute them. And as I said, choose which ones are to keep and which ones are not serving you. Yes. So that's a beautiful gift of the Gate 13, makes us able to listen to the stories. So the next few days, listen to yourself. Listen to those stories from the past. Share the stories with your tribe. Listen to theirs. But that's one thing I wanted to share with you, is listening. So being aware that often listening is more enriching for our learning path, and we would all gain from knowing the practice, the art of active listening, being present and receiving the messages from others, as it's as much as important that sharing what we have to say and what we have collected on the market of life, right? So the Gate 13 is the secret keeper, and there are a lot of valuable secrets that can enrich the collective. And so I don't want to keep the secrets. The ones that can be supportive, I want to share the secrets and hear yours. And of course, when I say that, let's be on the same page. And some secrets are meant to stay in the privacy zone and respected. But secrets as keys for life are meant to be shared and spread in to the unconscious collective, but the consciousness, the collective consciousness, right? So I love that gate, and I'm so very grateful for this transit and allowing to listen to what I know I need right now. Right? I really am connecting to my needs, and those are anchored in slowing down and resting and connecting with my body intelligence and the stories I hold from the collective consciousness and from all the experiences that I've already had during this lifetime, and way more to come. So thank you for being here today. It is a long transit forecast. I hope you appreciate it and you find some inspiration in it. I'll talk to you in a few days, and say bye for now.